say every single time you turn on the video, as soon as you see my face, you see a smiling face and you hear, hey everybody, it's me. That's part of branding.
Yes.
What you say, what your signature is, you get to create who you are every single time, right? Every single time. As I scroll down, and I'm going to introduce and tell you about who I am and all that stuff, but when you guys are thinking about branding, who are you? Why does somebody want to stop and look at your video? So often when I scroll down Facebook and I see somebody sitting in their car, I don't even know what they're talking about, but I'm sad just looking at the comments. It might be like, Jesus is real, and it's like, I'm like, oh Lord, I don't even want to know what you're talking about. So remember, your face matters. And I'm not telling you, you always have to pretend to be happy. Because Lord knows, if you are anywhere on my friends, I am liable to go live on a Facebook and I will start crying before you drop it. I'll take y'all down that street in a little bit. But until then, I'm Tuniscia O, and I'm so excited to be with you ladies today. I am an author and a bestseller. I really just realized that I had a #1 book. I didn't know that little gold thing that they give you that comes on Amazon makes you a #1. Had no clue, but apparently I am. So I was excited to learn that recently. So I have all that stuff. I'm an international speaker. I'm so excited. I do a Time to Heal Motherhood where I travel around the world. This talk tour has been in London, Nigeria, in various states in the US, and we'll get into all that good stuff. But I'm just super excited about what I'm doing as I travel the world. We were talking a moment ago before I clicked forward when she was saying being okay with evolving. A lot of people know me as the empowered stepmother, but I'm actually evolving and taking people into a different place, because now what I'm talking about is motherhood and healing motherhood and those things that come from our past traumas and things that have happened that we really need to have some open conversations about in order for us to heal our relationships with our children, like I've done with my children, and our businesses. We wonder why we're stuck in business. Why do we have a fear? Why can't we move forward? It's some stuff that happened back in the day that we really need to talk about and get to. So I'm healing motherhood through sisterhood. So this is what we have here as we're in this room. So let's talk about some other fun stuff. Oh, this clicker, what am I supposed to? That's not the one. Hey, okay, so that's me. And you guys get to know, we already did. Hey everybody, it's me, Tuniscia O. So let's dive right into this. And you guys are welcome to show any questions you have. SEO, everybody hears that SEO. Get your SEO together. And you're like, what in the world does that mean? And why do I even care about it, SEO? Why is it important to me? It's really important. And I'm going to tell you about it, and I'm going to show you what it means. So SEO is search engine optimization. I'm not going to talk any scientific stuff. We're going to break it down to the simplest terms because I like simple when people talk to me. But for the sake of definition, SEO stands for search engine optimization, which is the practice of increasing the quantity and quality of traffic to your website through organic search engine results. What does that mean? I'm going to show you exactly what it means. So I know that this is small, but here, everybody knows me as the Empowered Stepmother. That's the title of my book. And if people forget my name, I tell them, just Google Empowered Stepmother, you'll find me. So what that means is if you type in Empowered Stepmother, you see my sweet face. This is the same page. All the way down, up to page 5, you're still seeing Tuniscia O. That is SEO. So when people are coming to you, talking to you about SEO, and they're like, I can build your brand, I can build your name. You know the first thing I do? I Google their name. And if I Google your name and your name does not produce the same thing that I already produced, clearly you're not going to be able to help me to the extent. You might know what you're doing. I'm not going to discredit you, but I'm going to need you to do. And I did this on my own, ladies. This is easy stuff. So what did I do? On my YouTube, every video that I have for YouTube, I make sure that it says Empowered Stepmother : and then whatever my conversation is, right? Whatever your name is, you want to say, if Tina's going by Tina Silas, then she's going to say Tina Silas : and whatever it is she's talking about. Every interview is done, it's Tuniscia O. It's very rare that people say Tuniscia OKK. I prefer people not to say Tuniscia OKK because they tend to mess up the pronunciation of my last name. So I just go by O, right? It's simple. You can remember Tuniscia O. And so this is how you're going to create who you are. So no matter where you are, people can always find you. It leads them to my book, Empowered Stepmother. And so now that we're shifting our journey out of the Empowered Stepmother into healing motherhood through sisterhood, I'm going to begin to put healing motherhood through sisterhood before every single thing, and then it's still going to lead them to me, Tuniscia O, right? Mm-hmm. So you're going to take people on a journey, but listen, ladies, you have to pick your name. Mm-hmm. Who are you? You got to decide that. Like, I'm cool with if you have 15,000 different businesses, no problem. We're not even here to talk about that today, how many different things you sell. But whatever it is you're selling, choose who your name is so that people can find you. This is key. It's so important. So SEO, it sounds like a difficult thing. It's not. It's just a matter of constantly being consistent, even on Facebook. You know, people like to have their name, whatever your name is on Facebook. On Facebook, my name is Tuniscia O, Empowering Mothers. That's my name on Facebook. So it's always Tuniscia O, always consistent. You can change your name in things. Other places that you'll see things is you'll see Blending Our Love. You see here, that's my corporation. So I'm the CEO of Blending Our Love. So you'll see Blending Our Love, that's our website, that's all of the same thing, but it all is still tied together. So ladies, be consistent in whatever it is you're doing and however you find yourself. You with me? Yeah. I know I'm doing good because I'm getting Kiara's head nodded. You know, this is her specialty, and it's not even my specialty, so this is good stuff. This is good stuff. So let me tell y'all something. Everybody wants to sit around. I know you recognize some of these faces. You don't want to sit around and wait for everybody else to be your hype man. You want your friends to pump you up. You want to be sad. Oh my gosh, they didn't promote me. They didn't put my... I'm not waiting on none of y'all ladies. Exactly. I love you all. Exactly. I'm not waiting on y'all to be my hype man. I am my biggest hype man. If there was one of you in this room right now, I would have the same energy. I'd be so excited, so on fire. And so this is me. In some of the interviews, you know how we go out and we meet celebrities and the first thing people want to do is take a selfie? Yeah. Not me. You know what I do. Anybody who knows me, what do I do when I meet people? You already know. As soon as I meet somebody, I'm like, hey girl, you want to go live with me? And when I ask that question, you best know that my phone is already on the thing. I'm just ready to go. My hand is in connection. As soon as she says yes, boom. Hey everybody, it's me, Tuniscia. Oh, and today we are here with blankety blank. And I'm interviewing you. So these are all interviews. Erica Campbell, Sarah Jakes Roberts, and Torre, where I interviewed them on blended family topics. I love success, and I get so excited hearing how people who have became successful. So typically I ask questions, and I'll go around this to tell you who these people are. Point number one, and Lord, I just drew a blank on Shannon. Shannon mentioned it. People don't care about who you are. They care about how you can impact them. Mm-hmm. So when you meet celebrities, so often we are tempted to tell them all about our story. I'm this and I'm that. They don't care. They're not even going to remember. So I don't do that. When I meet them, whatever it is I know about them, I ask a question based on them, right? Mm-hmm. And there are certain places in certain rooms that I've been in that people see me helping and doing it so much that guess what they do later when they see you enough times? You know, I've seen you so many times. What can I do for you? Mm-hmm. My baby girl witnessed this woman, and this woman was like the top 25 top business women. She was part of the Obama administration, top women type lady. Baby girl was there, and the woman said, take my phone number right now because I want you to call me when we leave this event, and I want you to tell me what I can do for you. So when you invest yourself in people, people care about you. So remember, lead with that foot first, right? So I don't know if you know Arian Simone, Faith and Hustle. She's phenomenal author. Do you guys know Tabitha Brown? I love her, the vegan Tabitha Brown. I sent her a copy of my book, and it made it on her show. She put it because she's a stepmother as well. And the Budgetnista, you guys heard of the Budgetnista? That's Tiffany. This is Chardell Moore. She's a TV host. John Maxwell, I know you guys know the legendary dog. I was actually in Paraguay training children in South America with him and his team. If you know Side Hustle Pro, she's here. This is a really popular, when I was in Nigeria, she is a really popular radio host. And these two events here, there are about 15,000 people. Anybody heard of Tony Robbins? Yeah. So while I was there, I was at a Tony Robbins event, and my coach is through the Tony Robbins program, and they were like, you know what, T? We want you to go speak. Now, let me tell y'all something. First of all, you need to have your stuff together to be able to be on the spot to have somebody say speak, right? And you're promoting someone else. So the funny thing about this story is in both times they said, you're going to have 5 minutes to talk. And I was like, great. 5 minutes, you can talk about a lot. Now, this event right here, was interesting because there was a woman who went before me and she got 5 minutes, and I don't know exactly what she talked about, and I'm not here to judge, but I don't know if she really got to the point of whatever it was. But once she sat down, she was upset because she was like, they didn't give me what they promised. And I said, oh my, what did they promise? They promised me 5 minutes and they didn't give it. And I said, oh. Meanwhile, right before we went on, the man told me, we're gonna put you last because we know that you'll close it. They gave me the same 5 minutes, but when it was my turn, he leaned over and said, you got about a minute and a half. I don't even sweat the small stuff, because if you know what you're supposed to say and you've mastered your message, you know what you're gonna say, right? I looked over, I said, I got you. I got up there, done, and the people flooded. They did the job. So when you're speaking and when you're out, master your message. Everybody may not love vlogging. I'm a vlogger. I'm not a blogger. I like writing, but I don't love writing. I love vlogging because it brings out more of my personality. Find where you are. And I've heard in the next, is it 2020, 2021, 22, vlog video is going to be the way to go. 80%. Blogging is popular now, but 80% of what's going to happen is through video. So you want to get comfortable, whether you start in the mirror, you start talking, but you want to start doing more and more of the videos. So be your own hype man. You never know when your time is going to come for you to be able to share or talk to somebody, and you just want to be ready, right? You just want to be ready. How long have I been doing this? Y'all think, oh, she got tons of practice. A year.
Yep.
A year. I wrote down on my vision in 2018, I said I'm gonna go speak my message in 3 continents this is 2019, right? So in 2019, I'm going to 3 continents with my message, and I did. I went to South America, I was in Africa and Europe. So I hit those 3 continents just by writing. I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but it happened. So write your visions and make it plain. And by me releasing myself, I know baby girl didn't share, but y'all don't know how many other legacies are written in your book. Because I stepped out on faith and did my thing, baby girl has done the same. And so your children are looking at you through action, not through words. So go on and get it. It's all right. Be your hype man. And if anybody has any other questions, I'm glad to help you. Listen, if I was talking about how to deal with the ingrown toenail, y'all don't know, I would make it the most exciting adventure you can ever imagine. Think about it, like whatever your topic is, because some of you are thinking, but Tuniscia, you don't know what I'm trying to tell. Do you know how hard it is to talk to women about healing motherhood? That means they have to come through the pain that they went through. I'm telling you that we got to go through pain. I can't come and be dry with that conversation like, come on, y'all, let's heal some motherhood. They be like, But I'm smiling while we're doing it, and you're like, okay, maybe it's not so bad. It's going to be bad, but at least we're going to get through it together, you know? So whatever it is you're sent to do, do it. Do it gracefully. You got this, ladies. That leads us into personality versus vulnerability. That's that same Facebook post where the people look dry and you're like, oh Lord, I don't even want to see what they're talking about. Vulnerability is important. If I was talking about motherhood and I only talk to you about how perfect I am as a mom, how I have it all figured out, how wonderful I am, we don't have anything in common, because that's not the average struggle of a mother. Right. You know what I mean? My baby girl just posted something recently that I loved, and she said, you know, I'm so excited my mother just let me be a speaker at a time to heal motherhood. And she said my mother wasn't perfect as a mom, but it was her imperfections that I loved the most. Because see, that's where you got to see the courage, the strength, the beauty in all that we are. So when we get to own who we are, ladies, you can't tell me anything about me. You can tell me anything about what I did in the past, but you can't make me feel guilty for it, because I've already acknowledged and owned it. You can't make me feel bad about that. But see, the hard part is stepping into our truth and looking in the mirror to say, girl, you know you messed that thing up. And then going back to the people that you may need to apologize, but the first person is yourself. And then going to the other people. And now when people want to look at me to say, T, you can't do that. Who, me? Oh, yes, I can. I'm good. I'm good with where I am right now. I don't have it all figured out, but I'm going to figure some stuff out along the way. And that's where it allows us to be vulnerable. So while we're sharing, it's great to share posts, you know, pictures, nice quotes. I love all those things, but people want to know who we are. who are we? Especially if I'm talking about motherhood, who are you and why are you qualified to talk to me about motherhood? And I'm like, well, I'm a stepmother, and I'm a stepmother who coaches my younger son. I don't use the word step. I coach his biological mom and him on a closer relationship because she came to me to ask me for my help because she wanted the same relationship I have with her biological child. You see, that means I'm doing something right. You know what I mean? I figured out my husband is Nigerian. How did I build a beautiful bond with my Nigerian mother-in-law and myself? How did I do that? That's love, you know, and we shared these type of things. I can share, it was in a time to heal motherhood. It was a whole talk. And was I a teenage mother with 2 children at the age of 19? How did I get my children to where they are today? What do you do when your child drops out of college, you know, midway? These are conversations that we need to have, but these are the things that I've gone through. And so I have to be willing to share my secrets in order for you to say, I can trust her. Yeah, this girl right here, at least she's not gonna judge me. You know what I mean? We can have this. And that's the personality plus the vulnerability, and that's the dynamic. Because so many times we think if I'm just nice, that's enough. Or if I just air my dirty laundry. There are things happening in my life right now, ladies, that I haven't shared publicly yet because I haven't healed from them, or they're still so tender in my life. Because remember, I'm sharing my family's business. I can't put everybody's stuff out. So the things that are too tender right now, you don't know about them, but they're happening. You might learn about them in a few years. You may never know about them. But we have to know how to separate vulnerability from just being just too much. You know what I mean? There's a difference in that. So we can only learn and grow that. It's only for you, exactly the balance between the two, and no one can tell you what that is. So when I share things, I have to get the permission of my husband. I have to make sure my baby girl is okay with it. I have to make sure my 2 baby boys are okay with it. I protect the identity of my younger son's biological mom. I protect that. And even if you see a video with her and I, you'll never see her face. You'll just hear her voice. She'll be off to the side. You know, Tina. She'll just be off to the side talking about our relationship. But there's a way to do everything, but it all starts with us when it comes to that. So this is one of my favorite quotes that I created. When women come together, we can heal anything.
That's it right there.
Yes.
So what is your quote? What quote is it? Create a quote. What do you say? Like, what is your message? If you get to look back on your legacy, what is it gonna be? You know, something touched my heart so much. My baby girl came to me while I was in London 2 weeks ago. She said, "Ma, guess what? I read a whole book in a day." I said, "Really?" She was like, "Yes." I said, "Oh, was it good?" She said, "Yes." I said, "What book was it?" She said, "It was yours."
Oh, wow.
Yes. Wow.
And she said, "I learned so much in that book. There's so much advice that you gave that I'm going to take into my own marriage. There's so many things that I learned in that book that I didn't even know. And this was really great advice." So to write a book that your children or your closest family members can read and say, "Yeah, that's good," that's when you know you're getting to the core of some stuff, you know? And so I thought about that. That's like a legacy. How many things are sitting inside of you ladies right now that your grandchildren, great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren, when they're trying to figure out who was my grandmother, who was my great-great-great, now they get to pick up books and say, "Oh, I know who she was. This is who she was." Come on now. We can't die with that stuff inside of us. So let's talk money, shall we?
Yes.
So I'm going to give you 21 ways to make money and how to monetize. And believe me, there are so many other ways. But this is just, if you're just focusing on your one gift, how many different ways there are. So we're going to slay and making money. Yes. And I'm going to give you all of these points. You guys can read through all these things. I'm going to read through all of these really quick, and then I'm going to talk to you about this conference that I just had. So, yeah, podcasts that you can make money on, the advertisements, appearances, whether you are appearing in public, you know, for TV appearances, different appearances, you could charge for those appearances, especially once you become that popular. You know, memberships, right now you're hearing people say, "Oh, join this membership, $19, $5. It doesn't seem like a lot, but those memberships add up when you start going, so you're going to create memberships. Be a speaker, international speaker, local speaker, be a speaker. That's a great way to make money. When you write your book, create it as an Audible also, because that's another way to generate income. Create curriculums depending on what it is you're talking about. Listen, even if we back to the ingrown toenails, y'all, we can write a curriculum on how to get these toenails together now. People are struggling with these ingrown toenails. Y'all looking at me crazy, but you know it's true. You heard people, ooh, I gotta go to the nail shop. What's wrong, girl? This ingrown toenail. Y'all got a curriculum now. Y'all making money, right? Paid advertisements. When I'm thinking about those, think about people who want to advertise on your page. You have a lot of followers. There are people who want to promote their book or different things. You could charge these people to promote on your page, right? Master classes, that's something that's really, really popular. You can charge for master classes, $29, $59, $99, whatever those master classes are. Sell articles. You can do, which is to magazines or different places. One-on-one coaching is a way to make money. Group coaching is a way to make money. Sell merchandise. Shannon talks about the mugs, the t-shirts. Listen, ladies, you do not have to print. Everybody thinks if I sell merchandise, I have to have a whole bunch of money up front. No, it's called drop shipping. There are companies that will, you just create whatever it is, your shirt or whatever, and you connect it to your website, and when someone orders, they print it for you and the money comes to your bank. Like, it can't get too much easier than that, y'all. Like, this is good stuff, right? Conferences, meaning hosting conferences, you can make money. You have all these vendors pay to be in your hallways or wherever they are selling. You charge the vendors, you charge for attendance. Be a corporate speaker. I'm actually in the works right now with the government in one of the states in Nigeria for me to be a corporate speaker on mindset work for some of the women of a state that's coming up soon. So I need to get that done this weekend. Vlogging. You can make money from blogging, all of these places. Remember, advertising. All of this stuff is all advertising. Your book makes money. If you think you're just retiring on book sales, ladies, you're not. The book is an avenue to take you into other places. It's not your end all be all, okay? It's an avenue. And your ebooks, create a bunch of ebooks as your free giveaways in order to help you build your your email, your mailing list. Those ebooks are really, really helpful. 5 tips on how to fix your ingrown toenail. I'm gonna keep with the ingrown toenail because I want you guys to know it doesn't matter what it is you're trying to do, it works, right? Workshops, that's another great way of making money, and charge for interviews. My vlog, Tea with Tuniscia O, is very, very popular. Anytime I put out a call to say I'm taking 30 guests, within less than 24 hours, I have like 50 plus people, please, like pounding my door down to get onto my show, Tea with Tuniscia O, to talk about whatever. Like, I was just promoting businesses one time and I was like, whoa. And then I realized there are people who charge for interviews. So like, somebody will say, you'll see the post that'll say, would you like to come interview? I'm looking for hosts, for guests. And then they call you and say, for $125, you can come on my show. I was like, yeah, except for people pay me to come see them. I'm not paying you. They pay me. I said it's great. And that's a great concept for someone, but it's not for me. But for other people who are trying to get out of something, or for you, if you find yourself being really good at interviewing and things like that, this is a phenomenal way of making money at interviews and things. So these are only 21 ways, but I want to talk to you guys about conferences. I hosted a conference on Sunday, not even a week ago, right? A Time to Heal Motherhood, and I'm gonna tell y'all my mistakes, and we're gonna talk through this, right? True transparency. So in this conference, the Holy Spirit had told me, T, you're gonna travel around every state, every country you go to. You're gonna host this A Time to Heal Motherhood talk tour, but the conference will be in Maryland because that's home. And I was like, great. So all of the talks were free. I would have them at various restaurants and different places because it's free, and people will come in, they buy food if they want, no problem. But the one in Maryland, I was like, I gotta charge. It's gonna cost me money. I have to charge people. We gotta have food. It's an all-day event. You think about all the stuff that comes, right? So I made that mistake. Then I realized it started feeling hard. I was like, the tickets aren't selling right. What is gonna happen? This isn't working. And God said, you were disobedient. I told you to make it free because I wanted you to do something a certain way in order for you to show other people how it can be done. You didn't follow directions. So I'm somebody who tries to be quite transparent. So I literally went on a Facebook Live and I told y'all, I am known for, I may start it off, hey everybody, it's me, Tuniscia O, but in 10 seconds, I'm gonna tell y'all today is not that kind of day. And I end up crying on this Facebook Live talking about my struggles with this event and apologizing to everybody for not following the directions properly, right? And I just shared, I was like, you know, it gets hard trying to do these things. Why do I feel like I'm begging moms to be better? You know, I'm begging them to become better, and went on this whole thing. And I almost deleted it, but God said, no, just leave it. Do you know? My cash got flooded with money. So many people poured out so much money and said, for your obedience, because we know what it's like to do business and trying to do, because you're doing this, for the, so much money came. I hosted that entire event and did not spend one penny out of my pocket. Not one. The venue was free. The event planner was free. Yes, we paid a photographer and videographer, but that was with the money that was given. I had corporate sponsors. Target was a corporate sponsor. Shri, help me out.
Giant.
Target, Giant, Wegmans, Costco. I can't even remember all of them. Olive Garden.
Yeah.
So these were all, and I'm not a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? A nonprofit reached out to me and said, whatever you need, I'm a partner with you. So if a company requires you to have a nonprofit, you got one.
Jesus.
Wow.
And of all the places that I reached out to, only one needed a nonprofit. All of the other big corporations that helped didn't need one. So it's just a matter of stepping out, right? And just doing it and being obedient. And the conference sold out. It was beautiful. If you guys decide to follow me on social media, you're going to see the pictures. You see tears flowing, mothers and daughters bonded like never before. It was just a beautiful, beautiful time. I'm excited for the next one. And as I share, if you have any women's groups that you know that that's something you want to bring, talk to me off. It's free. So as I already said the first time. So let's just talk about building a platform. This whole time I've been talking to you about the emotional impact that it takes. Who are you impacting? Ladies, you want to know that up front. We keep hearing that, but if you really, really don't know who you're impacting no one. When I hear people say, I'm here for everyone, I'm not. I'm not speaking to every mother. My avatar typically is a woman who's a business owner. She's a wife. She has children that she's given birth to, and more than likely she's a stepmom also, right? She has both. She's balancing how to be this successful businesswoman and a mom and wife. Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to add, because we've talked about it, and she's also a foster or adoptive parent.
Yes, it's so true. I always get people that are like, T, you know you do more than that. I'm like, yes. There's always the exception, but like that core is that core for sure. What is your message? Y'all, I get confused sometimes when I'm on people's timelines and I'm like, wait, what are we talking about again? Like, I don't want to be confused to know what we're talking. It's one thing if you have one-off or it's a fun joke here or there, but your consistent message should be the same, right? Like, people know it's motherhood. The empowered stepmother, yes, but they know I'm talking about motherhood. I don't share everybody's things on my page. I just don't. It's okay. It doesn't mean that you and I are friends, and it doesn't mean that I don't support what you're doing. If what you're doing is in alignment with what I'm doing, great. But let's say you're hosting a dog contest, you know, the most cute dog. I might think dogs are cute, but it doesn't have anything to do with my message. So I might need to talk to one of my friends like, girl, there's this other lady, you want to collaborate with her? That works. But you want to be consistent with what your message is and what your audience is. And what are you passionate about in your message? We have so much fear around being passionate about what we're sharing. But if it doesn't move you, I promise it's not moving anyone else.
That's true.
Is it moving you? If you are talking or helping people write books, why? Why are you so passionate about it? And share that with people, why it matters to them. You see, healing families is something that means something to me to the core of my soul. And it doesn't take long for you to have a private conversation with me or public conversation to know how much I love that and how important it is for my fellow sisters and my fellow mothers around me to heal from that thing. Because I know that pain personally. And I know what we carry, and I know the silent struggles that we have as we suffer in silence, because we don't want to be judged by everybody else for all the mistakes. So it's easier to just be quiet. But the one thing that I learned is when I healed myself, I released other people that I didn't know I was holding captive to be freed as well. So I needed to free myself from that. And I want to bring as many other women around along with it. You see, that's passion, what I just shared with you. So when we leave this room, if you didn't remember anything else, you might just say, I don't know, but I know she likes moms. And I'm okay with that. That means at least my branding message stuck with you, right? And why are you drawn to this movement? Your why is more important than anything else. So if you are a person who may have like 20 things where you're like, I'm good at this, you're good at all of these great things, if you can't decide which one you want to start with first, write the why next to it, and that might help you lead to where you want to go first. Why is this one so important? Why? We skipped the why. You bake pies. Good for you. There are a lot of people that bake really good pies. Are you baking pies because you're passionate and you love to see the smile on people's faces when they eat your food? Or are you baking pies because everybody else told you that's what you should do and you're miserable while you're doing it? Your why is important, ladies. Very, very important. So the consistency of our message, which I already went on there. What are you focusing on? I went on that when I talked about your post and what you're doing. What do you post? Which social media platforms do you use? You guys, LinkedIn is the #1 social media platform, even though we tend to not know that. LinkedIn is super important. If you're business driven, you want to be in LinkedIn. Hands down. Facebook is good for like our age, but Instagram tells more of stories. Facebook, you get to take people on a different journey. So you want to see, where do you have the largest following? For me, it's Facebook. I do very, very well on Facebook, and I still post on Instagram. I feel like Instagram, I need to be on there like 25 times a day. I just don't have time for that. I just don't. And like the stories, like how do you do this all day? You just have story after story. Like I love looking at it, but I'm like tired. It's just me. Don't worry about it. So let's talk about this compounding effect, because this is, I'm going to wrap up here. The compounding effect of everything that we do. So I'm going to ask you, ladies, by a show of hands, so I'm going to ask who votes. If I said to you today, I'm going to give you $1 million today, or I'm going to give you 1 penny that is going to double every day for 30 days, which one are you taking?
Shut up. I'm taking the penny.
So how many people are taking the $1 million today?
We said the 30 days?
Yeah, I'm going to give you $1 million right now, today. Or I'm going to give you a penny today that is going to double every day for the next 30 days. Which one are you taking? Are you taking the $1 million today?
No.
There's no wrong.
No.
Or are you going to take the penny? Which one? You got to raise your hand. Nobody's voting.
Penny.
Don't worry.
Penny.
You taking the penny? Who's taking the penny? Okay. Who's taking the $1 million? All right, you're going to take that $1 million? All right. So remember this as we're talking. The compounding effect of everything that you're doing today, because you're wondering, why isn't it? And we're looking at all the other people that are top influencers, and we forget they've been doing it for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and we're comparing our 6-month journey to their, right? So let's see what happens. So if we take the penny a day, it's a little sad, to tell you the truth. You know, by day 15, the struggle is real. And by day 15, we probably should have been looking out for our friends, our sisters who went ahead and took that million, right? And by day 15, typically, because if 15 in this case, let's say it represents a year or two, you're almost ready to quit. You're like 3 feet from the goal if you've read that book. You right there, but you're ready to quit. But see, something amazing happens, because now we're at 327, day 17, because remember, we're doubling that penny every day. So every time we're doubling, and look at that. And magic really starts happening weird days. Look at day 25, 26, 27, and by day 30, $5,368,780. So those people who took that million left $4 million plus on the table. But
That's what I was saying. God showed me this right here. 5 years ago. A penny a day for 30 days will be 5 million. I shared that with Shannon. I said, Shannon, we can do this. It has never been done. I knew the concept, and God shared it with me and told me that I was going to do it.
Execution is at the table.
That's it right there.
But it's the execution.
It's the execution. I don't know, when I came in the room,
I'm about to run
I
around
looked
this
at
room.
you,
Y'all
I
don't
didn't know you
know
were my
about to
daughter,
run.
but God told me that me and my daughter should be connected with you and her.
Absolutely, let's make it
I
happen.
prophesied to your daughter, and I said, I don't know what you were. I said, you know what? You remind me of my daughter. You got so much in you. You're a thinker. You love people. And she does spoken word. My baby does spoken word. The same way she loves people.
I love it.
You know, so everything you were saying, we was talking about in the car. You are me, and I am you.
Oh yeah, life is a mirror. We always see ourselves in things, right? And in people. And for this thing, although we're talking about money, which is huge, this is every social media post. This is every word we say or don't say. And guess what? Your money is directly linked to what you do or don't do. Right? So remember, it's a compounding effect. Don't quit. Don't quit at day 15 and 15 more days later, that was your 5 million.
Right.
Keep going, sisters. Y'all got this.
9:30.
So
No.
I'm Tuniscia O. This is how you can find me on all the social media and all that good stuff. I do respond. I'm a person, anybody, Tina knows, if you have my phone number, call. I love chit-chatting with people. I love to see the beauty in all of you, and I'm excited that together we get to advance and become the best version of ourselves. So I can't thank you enough, Shannon, for allowing me to share today. And oh, there was one thing I was supposed to tell you. In that conference, when y'all doing your conferences, don't get confused and stressed out about the flowers being right here and this and that.
That's not
For my event, yes, there was a beautiful backdrop and all that stuff.
Right.
But every time people ask me questions about how it was going to be decorated, what was going to happen, I said the only thing I'm focused on is the content. I'm here to make sure the healing takes place between mothers and daughters, and that the healing was the focal point. So when you're doing your events, whether it's a workshop, whatever it is you do, just be focused on your content. The rest will follow. You don't have to be perfect at knowing how to work Zoom or Facebook Live. You're going to make mistakes. Y'all don't even know how many mistakes. I'm like, oh, Lord. Be okay with it, okay? Trust in yourself and believe in yourself. And thank you.